Welcome to Write-A-Thon Writing Sprints Wednesday. Um, it is our second session of the month. We are going to have a total of 5. So we have 2 more on Wednesdays, and then the last one is going to be on Tuesday, June 30th. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you guys can hear me better. With that, I'm going to repeat that just in case you weren't able to hear me. This is our second session for Write-A-Thon Wednesday. We have 2 more on Wednesdays, and the last one's going to be on June 30th, and that's just so that we can wrap up Write-A-Thon together. If you're new here, my name is Maggie, and my channel is a little chaotic. It's about a bunch of different things, but right now we're focusing on writing. I am working on a project. Sorry, lots of stuff popping up on this screen. Go away. Okay. Sorry, very distractible today. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So if you're new here, my name is Maggie. Welcome to my channel. If you're watching this on replay, thanks for joining us, and I hope you have a very productive writing sprint. Let me know in the chat what you guys are working on, and I am going to go ahead and tell you what I'm working on tonight. I am working on Project Shadow. It is a historical espionage story set in the Marvel Universe during the 1940s. And what I am working on for this month is I'm trying to get all of the scenes mapped out. So I'm working on a storyboard. I've already done my outline. That was like about a month ago. I finished that. And now I'm taking the entire outline and I'm mapping out what each scene's going to be. And then I'll go back and actually write it. So what the storyboard looks like is for every scene, there is character settings, the list of characters that are in the scene, the list of the setting, like the description of the settings, what happens in the scene, and then like what major plot points in the story I'm trying to hit for that scene. So like everything is cohesive and it's staying on track and not going off the wayside, because I tend to do that. But that's just how it is. Oh, we got someone in the chat. Hello, Emily. You're working on a chapter. If that's really cool. What are you writing? If you want to share, that's fine. If not, no worries. But yeah. Let's see. Okay. Let me pop this out so I can see that better. There we go. Thank you for bearing with me on this as I get used to how these are. Okay. All right. Well, Emily, thank you for sharing that you're working on chapters. Would love to know what you're working on, but we're going to go ahead and hop right on in to our first writing sprint. It's going to be for 25 minutes, and then we will come back after the break. So happy writing, everyone, and I will see you in 25 minutes. Okay, guys, that was our first sprint. So we are done with the first one. How did that go for everybody? Let's see. I'm pulling up my word count for what I got. On that sprint, I got 339 words done, which I'm actually very glad about because I am very behind on my word count for Write-A-Thon so far. My goal, I don't know if I said this so far tonight, but my goal is to get 20,000 words done for Write-A-Thon. And if you're not sure what the word count goals are for that, let me go ahead and put up that. There it is. Okay. So this right here is the levels that you can choose for your goal if you're doing Write-A-Thon. I'm doing orange level, so I'm trying to get 20,000 words on my storyboard by the end of the month. I felt like that was feasible to do with my storyboard and just how busy life is in general. One day I would like to try black level, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you have to have a lot of time on your hands to try and get 100,000 words written, but it's on there because I thought that would be a good challenge to eventually try. So if you're doing Write-A-Thon, let me know in the chat what your goal is that you are working on for this month. And if you're writing anything, let me know what you're writing. Definitely curious what other people's stories are about. But yeah, I think that was a pretty good sprint. I got 339 words. I'm behind though. I need to get, what is it? I wrote it down. There it is. Okay. I'm behind by 4,742 words. And that is because I did not do any writing this weekend or like a little bit last week. I kind of got caught up with work stuff. And then over the weekend, I just like was dead to the world basically after not getting good sleep and everything. So we're trying to get caught up. That's what these sprints are here for tonight, and just in general, just to have some fun and get some productivity done. Let's see. Yeah, we got about a couple minutes left on our break. So if you want to share in the chat anything, go right ahead. I got, let's see, 339 words, and I did finish a scene. I'm on the next scene. I'm almost done with that one. I'm still currently storyboarding the first act. So that is what I am working on. Okay. Where did that go? Oh, there it is. Trying to write and also do all of this on the same computer is a little confusing. I need to have like a second screen or something. That would definitely help me. Okay. Yes, I am still in Act 1. So the way that I do my structure is I take the 3-act structure that most like everybody does for their writing, and I break it down into 10. But I go to like every major plot point. So the first act for me goes up to the disturbance, which is like also known as like the first inciting incident. So let me see if I can share this. Where's the share button on here? Okay. On the next break. So let's go ahead and jump right back in and let me know in the chat how your first sprint went, and I'll check back in with you next time at the end of the break. All right, guys, welcome back from that sprint. How did it go for everyone? I hope it went good. For me, I got 263 words that time. That is because I am on the disturbance scene, which is like where things kind of like it's in the beginning of the story. So things are normal for the character, but now this is the part where they start turning a little bit like unnormal, and then it starts leading towards the inciting incident, and then their call to action, all of that stuff, where the actual story starts to begin. So this is the first point where things start to get a little funky. And that's what I'm working on now. I know what is supposed to happen in the scene because I've outlined it, but I'm trying to like visualize it in my head and write it out. So it's a little bit slow going on this scene. The scene before it was a lot easier to do. But this one I'm trying to like make sure I get it right and everything. So yeah. Let's see. Let's check the chat. Emily, I hope your chapter is going well. Okay, no updates in the chat. It doesn't look like anyone is here right now. That's okay. Well, Emily, thank you for joining me for when you did join, and I hope you got good progress on your chapter. And if you were the replay crew, put in the comments what you're working on and how your progress went on the first sprint and the second one that just ended. We have about 3 minutes left on our break. So I think I can show you guys, if it will let me, what I did. Did that? Oh, it got rid of that. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Window. Okay, I'm gonna see if it lets me see. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see this? No, it's not letting me. Okay. That. Oh, hold on. There we go. Can you see this? No, it is just a black screen. Okay, well, we're going to stop trying to do that then. Never mind on that. I was trying to show you guys, I have Plotter, and Plotter is what I use for outlining. It's a software that you can download on your computer, and I have it where I basically took the 3-act structure that everybody uses for writing stories and whatnot, and I broke it down into pieces. So like, and I broke it down to a 10-act structure, and I basically did it where every act ends on a major plot point. So like the disturbance, I'll read them out to you. The disturbance, the first plot point, the first pinch point, the midpoint, the second pinch point, the third plot point, and then I added, most people don't do this, a third pinch point, I added that. The confrontation and then the climax got broken down into 2 separate acts, and then the resolution is the final act, act 10. But like every act is like the reaction to like the major plot point then builds up to the next plot or pinch point. And I just did that for me to like make it easier for me to make more sense as far as like breaking it down, because I kind of got overwhelmed with like how much stuff was supposed to be in like one act. So that's why when I say I'm working on act 1, it's or act 2 or whatever, and like 3 beyond, it's because it's broken down into smaller chunks. So I have a 10-act structure, but I'm only on act. That timer just went off. So we hello, it's not on here. Yes, yes, yes. There it is. Thank you. Okay, we are about to hop right back into our next sprint. This is going to be our third sprint of the evening. So good luck, everyone, and happy writing. All right, guys, welcome back from that sprint. I almost did not hear that timer go off because I was listening to some music. um, but how did that sprint go for you guys? It went pretty well for me. I got, let's see, 269 words that time. I did struggle a little bit because this is like the scene that I'm working on is like right before the first plot point. So it's kind of like building up to the, I guess, yeah, that's what it's called, the first plot point, where they like the story kind of takes off, um, and like the character gets thrown out of their normal environment and into the like main story environment. So that's kind of what I'm working on right now. So I got 269 words on that. Um, how did that go for y'all? I hope it went pretty well. It doesn't look like we got anybody in the chat right now. That's totally fine. If you are on the replay crew, just let me know in the comments down below what you got on the sprint, and like what you got overall. I think I might do one more sprint because I'm feeling it. Let's see. Add this, oops, to my total for the evening so that I can keep track of that. We said 269. I have to keep it on calculator because in Scrivener, it will let you do like a session target, but it's a session as in like how long you keep the document open. So I have to reset the session every time. That way I can know like what I got for each sprint, if that makes sense. It will count the words as I'm writing them. And if I didn't reset it, it would just be for like however long I have the document open and I'm writing. And that counts it as a session. But I'm trying to figure out how many words I get for each sprint. So I reset it every time we start a new sprint. So I have to keep track on a calculator how much I've gotten so far tonight so that I can put it in TrackBear, which, by the way, if you do not know, I think it should be linked in the description of this video, but I do have a leaderboard for anyone who wants to join. It's on TrackBear for Write-A-Thon. So TrackBear lets you keep track of your word count and set goals, and then you can also have, hello, and then you can also invite other people to join with you as a challenge, and they can put their word counts in, and you can see like how many words everybody gets for whatever length of time your goal is. So for me, for Write-A-Thon, it's the month of June. So if you join and you enter your stats into TrackBear and you join the leaderboard, I can see how many words you've written and you can see how many words I've written. And it's just kind of fun to like see everybody's stats and like cheer each other on towards reaching their goal. And you can like set whatever you want your goal to be. So like I said before, these are the levels. So like you would go into TrackBear and you would set your own goal. So I have a goal of 20K. And when I write towards that, it puts my personal goal in there towards 20K, but it also updates my stats on the leaderboard so people can see if they're on the leaderboard, how much I've written. And it's just fun to kind of like do as like a challenge. So the link is in the description below. It should be. I'm like 90% sure it is. I'll double check after the stream, but it should be in the description below if you want to join, just so that we can kind of cheer each other on. And yeah, that's pretty much that on that. It looks like we've only got a few seconds left on our sprint, so we can jump back over to that. So this is probably going to be our last sprint for the evening. I just want to see how many more words I can get. And also, I don't know if you guys can hear, my cat is crying outside the door. I don't know if you can hear that. I hope you can't, but he's a little annoying. Anyways, we're going to jump into this last sprint of the evening. Um, I am just going to try and finish out this scene. I think that would be a good stopping point for me. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. And I hope you guys have a good sprint. Happy writing. Hey guys, welcome back from that last sprint. How did that go for everyone? It was all right for me, not the best. I got 144 words, so I got something at least, but I was kind of struggling on this scene. Um, it is still part of the build up to the first plot point, which is like I said, before where the main character gets thrown into the story. That's like the first plot point. Um, I guess people also call that the inciting incident. Like I've read some plot books. The one that I read that I really liked, that I highly recommend, was Plot Structure. Um, I think that's what it's called, by K.M. Weiland. The author is K.M. Weiland. I highly recommend a lot of her books for if you're looking for like books on writing structure and whatnot. Whoa, the camera just messed up there. Sorry about that. But if you're looking for uh, books on writing structure, she has the plot structure one. I think that's what it's called. I think it's like writing your story or plot structure or something like that. I can't remember the title specifically, but there's one on plot structure. She has one that is creating character arcs, and she has one that is on writing your theme. Those are the three that I've read, and I highly recommend them. They've helped me piece together the major like plot points, plots, subplots, and character arcs for my story that I'm working on. That's what helped me get through my outline. And now I'm working on the storyboard process. But yeah, on that last sprint, I got 144 words. Let me know in the chat what you got. And I think let's see, let me add that to the total tonight. 144. Oh, hey, that's not bad at all. Okay, we will take that. I got total for tonight 1,015 words. So that is what we are working with tonight, which is good because I'm currently behind because I didn't write over the weekend. So I'm currently behind by 4,742. So let's see. What does that mean? Ha! I'm actually currently behind by 3,727. So that's progress. We will take that. If I can get caught up, I would love to get caught up this weekend and be back on track. Let me see if I can go ahead and add this to TrackBear. There it is. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. Why is it doing that? What the heck? I'm trying to get it to show my TrackBear for you guys. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Okay, I hope that you guys can see this. I don't know if you can see this or not. So why is it not doing that? Hold on. Oh, wait. There it is. Stop screen, add. Yes, I'm trying to share a specific screen. Share. Sharing. It says it's sharing the tab, so I hope that you guys can see it. Let me check. Can someone put in a comment in the chat if you can see it? If you can see it, put it in the chat. I am not 100% sure. Dun, 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 dun. I'm checking on my phone. I cannot see it. Okay. Why? I don't understand. There it goes. Ha! Can you see it now? I think you should be able to see it now. Hopefully. Okay. I think that's working. I can see it in StreamYard, so I believe you guys can see it in the video. Okay. So this is TrackBear. I have a leaderboard for Write-A-Thon where people can put their words in. Oh, hey, someone joined. Yay, cool. So this will track everybody's, but for me, for my specific project, Project Shadow is what I'm working on. My goal for this month is to get 20,000 words. So it's saying that I need 6,667 words for today. And I do not have that because the last I wrote was on the 3rd. So let me go ahead and add this progress for tonight, which was 1,015 words. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So now, yeah, it's still saying that I need 861 words. I feel like this is off. Like, I don't know if anybody else has run into this, but when I did the math, like for these, it was saying I needed more than what it's saying. Like for tomorrow, it says to stay on this trajectory, 7,333 words. So 4,393. Yeah, so I would need 4,393 words tomorrow to stay in line with this graph. I don't know. Is anybody, are you also, is yours doing that too? If you use TrackBear? I don't know. That's interesting. But we will keep trucking along on it and see. I'm trying to follow the blue line and caught that up because I feel like that's actually where it's going to go. I don't know if this is accurate, this 861 word today. I feel like I need a lot more than that, but who knows. So with all of that, I think that is probably where I'm going to wrap it up tonight. Since that last sprint, I kind of got less words and I was kind of struggling on the last scene. I think that is a sign that my brain is probably done for the evening. But I feel like 1,000 words is pretty good progress for a night. Let me know in the comments what your guys' totals are. And thank you guys for joining me on the sprints recap. Hello. The replay crew. Getting tongue-tied over here. The replay crew. Let me know in the comments what your totals are. And our next one, the next writing sprints session that we're going to do is going to be next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. So come right back here. We'll do some more sprints. I'm going to try to do some this weekend. I might do a pop-up sprint on Saturday morning. I was thinking about doing that. If you would be interested in doing writing sprints on Saturday morning, let me know. Yeah, okay, you're saying that yours does not, but you don't have a set number yet. Did you set a goal in TrackBear? If you go to your, I think if you go under your project, or if you go under goals, you can add like a new goal and you can set your goal here. And I think when you enter progress, it will go towards the goal that you set, and it should tell you your progress. So like when you set the goal, you have to put the date, like the date that you want to end it by, in order for it to tell you how many words you need and how long it will take you to get there. So I don't know if that's something that you want to try. Sorry, I saw that comment and wanted to grab you real quick before I got off. But yes, if you want to do writing sprints, I'm thinking about doing one on Saturday morning so that I can get some more words in, because I feel like I'm behind. Like I said with that graph, I need to get 4,393 more words, and I think Saturday morning would be good. So if you want to leave a comment or anything to let me know if you'd be interested in that, I think I'll probably do maybe 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, Central Time. Get some more writing sprints in. I think that would be fun, and I think that would be good because I'm definitely need them to get on track with that goal. But it looks like you'd gotten a lot on yours. And I just realized that I was not sharing that when I showed you where to go for the goal. Hold on. I thought it was showing. Hold on. Okay. Under goals on your TrackBear, you hit new and give your goal a title and description, and then so you can set it to be like a habit where it's like a daily habit, or you can set it to be a target where it's a specific amount. So like right here, you would put your goal of minus 20,000. So 20,000 or whatever amount it is, your start date when you start. So for me, my goal was this month, 20,000 in this month, and then what project you want to include. So you have to make sure that you have a project included that you're working on. And then your tags, if you're I have the tag where it says that if I'm editing it, or if I'm working on plotting, or if I'm working on writing. So I'm currently working on writing. So anything that I tag as writing will get included towards this goal. So that's why when I updated it earlier, I had to make sure that I put that I was writing so that it would put it in there, I think. I think you can also leave it without a tag, but yeah. So then when you do that, it should generate your goal, and it'll say by date, or I think you can also do it where it doesn't have a date and it's just a word amount, but I haven't tried that yet. And then it should generate your words per day and whatnot. So yeah, I hope that helps with you setting your goal. But I think I'm going to do a pop-up sprint on Saturday. That is actually sounding really good to me. I think I would probably do that for sure, so I can get more words in. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for tonight. You're welcome. You're really welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm glad that you joined. And it looks like when I was looking at yours on the leaderboards, you wrote a lot. I would definitely love to know what it is that you're working on. You're up to 10,000 words. Crushing it. But yeah, I'm going to come back on Saturday. We'll do fantasy book. Okay. All right. I'll definitely, if you come back on Saturday, you'll have to tell me more about it, because I definitely want to hear more. I'm going to call it for tonight. Go get ready for bed. And I will hopefully see you on Saturday. And I hope you guys have a great day and I had fun. And yeah, I will see you next time. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff that I always forget to say. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.